It's Thursday. It's Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday. Welcome to the 4% Entrepreneur Show. We are live. How's everybody doing? We're streaming in two places right now for the first time of many to come. So I've got, we've got people on YouTube. We've got people on 4%.com. Let me make sure that we're actually loud and clear here. Okay, make sure that we are good to go. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody good? Can see me? Okay, Paul, Nigel, great to see you. Phyllis, okay, Facel, Ida, DJ, Thelma, all right, Cameroon. What up, what up, what up? Okay, so what we'll do, you guys, is we will slowly start to transition things over to 4%.com. If you're watching this on 4%.com or if you're watching this on YouTube, but we'll simultaneously have these shows be kind of syndicated between the 4%.com and YouTube. For the reason being because, like I said, all right, if you have been following me, we're building out a central hub for entrepreneurs, which will be on 4%.com. And you guys will see some really, really, really cool stuff coming up here really, really soon on 4%.com. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a place where entrepreneurs, people like ourselves, got through surgery just fine. Okay, Gus, that's good. People like ourselves, like me, like you, people that are building something, right? Entrepreneur-minded people, folks, can come to a central hub to get education, to get inspiration, to get collaborations, to get resources, all in one umbrella, different niches, different industries. That's what we're building out. And then eventually we're going to transition over to, not transition, but also introduce a really cool app that will be able to communicate and just do a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so entrepreneurs, today, okay, actually hit it live. Yeah, we are live. Okay, so we're just kind of testing out the 4%.com platform today. We'll have a lot more cool stuff here for you guys, programs, right, if you are interested in specific topics. So there's going to be a lot of in-depth training. The ideas that we talk about on the Entrepreneur Show, some of these are $1 million ideas, literally, right? And so hopefully you guys are, following some of these strategies that I'm talking about here, because I'm talking about stuff from experience. What worked for me. My goal, my agenda here is to talk about stuff that worked for me, that made a difference for me. Apply it in your business. Hopefully, I know that it's gonna make a big difference for you as well when you do. But there's also going to be a lot of free content that we're going to be delivering, right? Tons of free content, in-depth training. There's also going to be some mastery, type programs and trainings for those people that really want to go to the master's level. So there's going to be something for everybody here today, okay? Now, I saw somebody commented just before the show. I just happened to glance at a comment, and somebody was like, how do I become an entrepreneur without money, okay? Anybody have that thought? It's like, dude, I wanna make money. I wanna do something. I wanna be an entrepreneur, but I don't have nothing to invest in my business. Okay, I see a lot of people are like that. Today I'm gonna talk about 5 strategies for smart marketing. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in just a minute here. But I wanted to address this because I think it's important for entrepreneurs to understand. There's plenty of people out there on the internet that will tell you what you want to hear. To make you feel good about your failures, about lack of your success, about, it's always, hey, it's not your fault, man, it's not your fault. My belief is that everything that happens to us, right, everything that happens in my business, good or bad, everything that happens in my business, in my world, it's ultimately up to me. So therefore, it is my fault, right? If anything good that happened, hey, it's my fault, man. I caused it, right? I caused it to happen. That's a good thing. Something bad happens, hey, it's my fault. I take responsibility, right? And I try to learn from it and move on. But there's plenty of so-called gurus out there on the internet that will teach you, they'll kind of pat your back a little bit and be like, oh, it's okay, it's not your fault. We've got to understand the truth. We've got to tell people like it is. I think it's our responsibility, because when we do, okay, true entrepreneurs will be born. And here's the thing. In my 14 years of being online, okay, I have yet to see somebody that became truly successful, okay, without putting something or without investing something in the business. Okay, think about it like this, right? Farmer. In order for a farmer to have a good crop, they need to plant some seeds. Okay, you guys. The hard truth is that if somebody wants to become an entrepreneur and you literally have no money, like you don't have $20 to invest, the truth of the matter is it will be impossible for you to do something significant. Impossible, okay? Impossible. You need some capital to get your train going, okay? So in that case, what I would recommend to those people is like this. Get yourself a stable job, okay? Not everybody can be an entrepreneur just like that, okay? It's not as easy as everybody makes it to sound like, okay? But here's the reality. What you need to do is you need to have a little bit of seed money to become an entrepreneur, just a little. You don't have to have a whole bunch, okay? When I got started, I had to borrow a bunch of money to get started, and I blew through it because I was getting wrong information, I was getting wrong data, and I was following the wrong advice, right? That kind of set me back instead of help me go forward. And what I've learned is that you need to have some seed money, okay? And you can get that from different ways, right? You can either borrow it, you can go to a bank and go to a relative or somebody who can help you out, or just save up some money, right? Or maybe sell something. You got some stuff around your house that you don't need. You got some extra chairs, you got some extra furniture, you got a TV that you can live without for a little bit. Like, figure out, be resourceful. Here's the thing, entrepreneurs are resourceful people, right? And so you need to have that. So, or maybe work at a job that everybody is like, hey, working at a job is a bad thing or whatever. Might not be so bad thing, because if you can work at a job, figure out how to save as much money as you possibly can, figure out where can you cut some of the expenses from your life working for somebody else to build your dream, okay? So if I have a dream over here, okay, this is my start to be an entrepreneur, to do whatever it is that I want to do. I want to be a true entrepreneur. That is going to take feeding of that dream, right? So there's a couple of things, guys. I'm gonna suggest. Okay, number one is feed your dream constantly, emotionally. Okay, you gotta emotionally feed the dream. What do I mean by that? You gotta put yourself in the environment. Okay, if you want to have a great life as an entrepreneur, I've learned this myself, and it really, really helped me. Okay, take this information for what it's worth for you. But I'll tell you a couple things. Number one is you've got to nurture your dream, like within your head, right? Internally. Okay, internalize your dream. How do you do that? You constantly want to put yourself in the environment that will help you, that will inspire you, right? That will help you feel great about what you see, right? Put beautiful things around yourself. Put yourself in front or around beautiful things, okay? That will nurture your dream. That will that will help you, fuel that fire, right? Internally, okay? Simultaneously, you got to figure out how to nurture that dream monetarily, okay? Because it's gonna require a little bit of work to do that. Does that make sense, Delton? Okay, and so today I want to talk about some strategies, give you guys some, they're in no particular order, but I think, I'll try to kind of, put an order like number 1, 2, 3 on it, to kind of discuss, right, as we're building our marketing campaigns, as we're going out there about, doing marketing and all that stuff. Let's just kind of simplify some things here today, and discuss how can we do marketing a little bit smarter, okay? I'll give you guys 5 tips, okay? 5 things. Number 1, okay, that kind of goes a little bit into, kind of feeds a little bit about what I already started talking about here. What does your dream look like? Okay, what does your dream look like? Whatever that dream is, okay, that's going to require typically, a lot of people that go for money, like I want to, make a certain amount of money or whatever the case is. Figure out what's the emotion behind the dream, and then, okay, so you got emotion, okay, and then you're gonna bring the emotion down and put a number on that emotion. How much is that gonna cost? All right? What's the price tag for that dream, man? Everything's got a price tag, okay? Everything. The vacation you want to go to has a price tag, right? The family member you want to help has a price tag, right? The lifestyle you want to create has a price tag. What's the price tag on your dream? What's the price tag on that? If it's a lifestyle, okay, do the numbers on it, okay? Do the numbers, okay? Have a bring it down to a price tag. This is very important. I think a lot of us, because it gives you clarity, right? This gives you clarity. So step number one is I want to have clear target. Okay, this is a little bit in the clouds right now. Yet we're going to bring it down to the earth, you know, to the actual some of the actual more practical ideas. But I think everything's going to start there, because for me, if I don't have a blueprint, right? If I don't have a blueprint, if I don't see what that looks like, if it's just a wah wah la la land for me, yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult, right? You never you can't imagine. A lot of people are talking about you know, you got to imagine what you want and goals and all that stuff. It's really really important. And so the power of having a goal card or having like a you know, a vision board or a dream board or something like that, so that you can see what that thing for you that you're working towards, what does that look like? So if it's a lifestyle, here's what I would suggest you do. Okay, sit down with a pen and paper, right? A pen and paper, and maybe figure out, okay, so if you want to live in a certain area, if you want to drive certain thing, if you want to, you know, have a certain lifestyle, if you need to allocate certain amount for food, you know, if you want to go to restaurants and eat nicer and dress fancy or whatever the case might be, have a price tag on a monthly basis. What would that look like for you to have your ultimate life, okay? So if you can close your eyes, or if you can just kind of be a kid again, take the lid off of the limitation, right? And do this exercise for you. I think you will get inspired, number one. And what's up, Mike? You will get inspired, and then you will get clarity, okay? The clearer you are, the easier for you it would be to backtrack from there, because that's where everything starts. If you know, if we don't have, you know, if I play, you know, basketball without counting the score or with no net or anything, I don't really know if I'm hitting it, right? So I'm always in this constant grind, and if it's something that's out there, it's foggy, you can't see it, you're going up, you know, you're going uphill, right? And so you're going against the grain. Subconsciously, check it out. I mean, our conscious mind can hold maybe 4 things at a time, right? I'm talking to you here. I'm aware of, you know, I mean, I can probably think of something else as I'm talking here, and I'm aware of, you know, maybe 4 other things that I can do consciously. See what I'm saying? Consciously. And I have to kind of switch between one thing to the next, because my attention can be on one thing at a time, okay? Our subconscious mind controls everything, right? It literally regulates, I don't know, scientists, maybe somebody can do a research on it. I'm not going to quote them, but it's something like ridiculous. It's like 7 million things or 8 million things simultaneously is being controlled by your subconscious mind, right? The heart is beating, all that. I mean, you think, you know, you're breathing, I mean, your gestures, I mean, we talk, all that stuff is subconscious. Now, when we have this impressed, right, when you consciously know this, and then you think about it so often that it gets passed on to your subconscious mind, dude, you create a pool, you create a magnet, right? That all this stuff that you do that kind of precedes that, right? So if you want to go there, all these things that we do, okay, that we're going to talk about a little bit today here in the show, all these things should be, you know, it's like moving towards something that is so clear, it's so, you know, this stuff will be easier, okay, for us. So here's the thing. What I did, okay, is I did this exercise to where you literally do some calculations. You can go on Google, right, and figure out if you want to, you know, live in a certain whatever, okay, whatever your lifestyle is going to cost, put a number on it, okay, what's the price tag? So somebody want to tell me the price tag? Let's say I have, you know, and this can be monthly, right? So you would include, if you want to have a private education for your children, if you got children, all of those things will be included. How many times a week or a day are you going to go out and eat to the restaurant, right? How many, you know, what are you going to buy? How much money do you want to allocate towards, you know, clothes, towards contributions, towards other things, right? Have a number on a monthly, okay? On a monthly basis, have that number. So that will be your, okay, that's your start, that's what you're shooting for, okay? So you have a clear target that you're shooting for, okay? Then what I want to do is you want to have a number. Let's say this is going to be whatever that number is, okay? Let's say it's going to be 20,000 per month. Most people, if they earn 20,000 per month, is going to put them in the top, probably top 1%, maybe top 2% of the world's population, okay? Which is going to be pretty cool. 93,000 a month. Somebody's saying 97,000 a month. Okay, that's good. So some of you guys already know the number. That's awesome, man. Okay, let me see what our hang on. Let me see what our what our YouTube people are doing here. How you guys doing on YouTube here? Okay, can you guys blog here? Can see free doesn't produce anything good. Yeah, everything's got a price tag, man. Everything. Okay. All right, check it out. So then what I need to do, okay, once I know this number, okay, I want to simplify. Okay? Simplify your numbers. Okay? That's what I did for myself. Simplify your numbers. The reason I want to do that is because I want my mind to wrap around I want to bring this down to the basics. So it's 20,000 a month, that's like 240,000 a year or something like that, right? That I'm shooting for. Okay, somebody says 1,000, 20,000 a month, 5,000 a week. Okay, so whatever that number is. So it's 20, it's like $250,000 a year. Puts you in the top 2% of the world's population. Okay, definitely in that 4% category. Okay, and then I'm going to take a look at what I do. Okay, so whatever your business is, so you got your dream here. All right, that's what we need. And I've got my business. Okay, yeah, I got my vehicle. Okay, your vehicle being my business. So at my vehicle, I'm going to take a look at some numbers. Okay, I'm going to take a look at what I'm promoting. Okay, most people are already promoting something, and take a look at how much you're earning per sale. Okay, how many sales? How many income streams do you have? Okay, streams. Okay, and so these numbers will be relevant. Because from these numbers, once I know the vehicle and I can calculate, I can simplify down my numbers. So the way I do this is very, very easy, right? I get myself a calculator and I say, you know what? If I want to do $20,000 a month, okay, divided by 30 days, that's a weird number. $666 a day and 66 cents. A lot of sixes there, man. Okay. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do $700, okay? $700 a day, all right? I always wanna, don't exaggerate, don't underestimate it, or don't overestimate it. Don't overestimate it, right? I wanna underestimate it. So, if my target becomes, okay, and this is, again, once you know your number, all right, I need this. So this will come down to be about, let's say, for simplicity, okay, $700 a day. Okay? That will be just over $20,000 a month. Okay? Let's double check just to make sure. So $700 times 30 days, okay, about $21,000. All right? Simple example. Okay? Round them off, Gary. Good to see you, Gary. That's daily, right? That's daily. So this number right here, it becomes daily. Now, what I do is I forget this number, man. Okay, that's gonna power my dream. But your mind, if you've never made this kind of money before, a month, I was there myself. Early on. If I've never made that money, man, if all I made was like $2,000, your mind will go nuts. You'll go crazy, man. You'll go like, this is not possible. You're gonna get overwhelmed, and you will think about all these. You will think foggy. Right? And again, remember, what controls your life, what controls your actions, what controls how you behave, your behavior, everything is controlled by your subconscious. So I want to trick my subconscious mind, right? And I want to bring it down to where I can wrap my conscious mind around that idea. Okay? Does that make sense so far, everybody? Okay, friend, good to see you. Yeah, so you guys are new here to the 4% Entrepreneur Show. We're getting together every Tuesday and every Thursday, okay? Every Tuesday, every Thursday. We're going to be streaming. There is something going to be streaming eventually here pretty soon. If you're on 4%.com and on air, this on-air channel, there's going to be content streaming every single day that you guys will be able to tune into coming really soon, okay? So we'll talk more about that. Again, idea here, clear target, simplify your numbers. The reason I need to do this is because I need to trick my subconscious mind so that consciously I can be like, hey, that's easier. And then I forget about this number, and then my focus becomes just that number, okay? So then I'm like, all right, how do I, the question is this, how? Very, very, very powerful question, man. If you keep asking yourself, how? If you need something, how, right? If you're in a problem, how can I get out of there? Okay, don't ask why. Don't ever tell say yourself, why is this happening or how come? That's poison, man. That's poisonous. Okay, don't ever do that. If you keep asking yourself how enough times, Yvonne Adams, great seeing you. Joy, what's up? Okay, your mind will start to look for answers. We all heard about that. It's no rocket science. This is not some huge revolution. But those subtle things will help you, okay, get to that faster. So $700 a day, okay. Is anybody in your town making $700 a day? Okay. Then I'm gonna break this down even further and be like, all right. So take a look at what I'm promoting. Okay. My vehicle. Okay, can we still fit this in here? Okay, yeah. So I got a vehicle over here. And all right, this is my target. That's what I need. Okay? And all of my focus, all of my conscious attention should be, you guys, I cannot emphasize the importance of this, okay? As you go about your day, you want to know your daily target. Your daily target, okay? If you have a vehicle, and let's say if you're promoting a program or a product or a service or something that pays you $100, simple, right? $100 per sale. How many sales do you need? 7, right? You need to get 7 sales to earn your $700 that day, okay? And so, if I'm making $200, you do the math on it, right? I want to introduce you to another thing, or suggest another idea here for you. Okay, and that would be this. No gaps in the bucket. Okay? No gaps in the bucket. This is what I think, and this is a metaphor. I'm gonna talk to you. Some of you guys heard me talk about it, right? When I think of this, when I think of my daily or monthly, okay, in this case we're gonna think about daily stuff here. Okay, when I think of my daily, I think of that number and my daily target, okay, as like a bucket. Okay, this is my bucket right here. So imagine if you have and I want to trick my mind. Okay, this is the thing. Like if you can, however it's gonna work for you. Okay, you will figure this out for yourself. But for me, it's like this. All right, man. So imagine if I have a simple bucket, right? Bucket. And I want to fill that bucket with rocks, some rocks, right? Big, small rocks, all that stuff. If those rocks represented my commissions that I generate by making a sale, okay? Rocks equal commissions, okay? A lot of people, as we talked about previously on the Entrepreneur Show, a lot of people just depend on one income stream, one sale, okay? And if you're promoting a company, if you're promoting a product, and you are only limited to just one thing, okay? If whatever it is that you're promoting is hot and it's, and you're doing what we're gonna talk a little bit later on here on the show in terms of promotions, okay? But before I even get there, I wanna set myself up for maximum winning. All right, so that it's effortless, or as effortless as possible, so that it doesn't make me go crazy, when I try to do that. So I want to set myself up to win right away. Okay, don't play the game not to lose, play the game to win. Okay, and there's a big difference. Most people playing the game not to lose. They're just, in this hopefully land and somebody else's mercy. I want to position myself to win, right? If you don't play offense, you always play defense, and defense is not a good thing. So my offense is I ultimately don't want to depend on a vehicle. Okay, so some things you guys will see me. I'm going to teach you, through this, as we go on, and it is to create your own control center, right? To create your own control, the way you communicate, how you market, communication, and maximizing your sales. We talked a little bit about that last week on the previous show. Okay, how many commissions are you, or how much in commissions are you earning? Okay, here's the thing. When I think of this bucket, okay, I want to fill it. I want to have no gaps in the bucket. Let's say if I'm earning $100 commissions, right? I might throw $100 in here. Okay, $100, $100, $100. Metaphorically speaking. Okay, metaphorically speaking. Now, if these were rocks that I just throw in a bucket here, again, this is metaphor. Okay, don't get me wrong here. All right, but this is how I think about this stuff. I wanna position myself for maximum. Okay, maximum results. Okay, if these were rocks, see these gaps right here? I want to fill them up with little things. Okay, with little income streams. Okay, so we talk about it. This right here, okay, to me, I want to have no gaps. So I want to be like, all right, where are my big wins here? Okay, and then I want to make sure that that number, I might only need 3 sales. So let's say if I'm earning $100 per day, okay, or $100 per sale rather, in commissions, and I make 3 sales, that's $300. Okay, if I got, or in this example, this is $100, 200, 300, 400. I'm missing 700 here. Those 300, okay, additional 300 that I need to get to this. Those could be these small little commissions. So we're talking about multiple streams of income. Okay, again, we discussed this on a previous show. I'm going to have a program specifically on affiliate marketing, in-depth training that we can put out. Like covering a lot of these concepts in great details. Okay, today is more of a, these smart marketing strategies. So one of the smart marketing strategy or ideas here for you is have no gaps in the bucket. Figure out where can you fill this in. It will be impossible, okay, literally impossible unless. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going on the record and say this. If you're depending on some other source for your feeding of the family, okay, and you have no control of that source, okay, it's a bad spot to be in, okay? You should be using your vehicles, but you should be the driver of the vehicle, okay? You should never allow the vehicle to use you, okay? Let's see, make sure that we're still live here, live and kicking. Okay, Cameron, great to see you here, brother. Okay, and so the only way for me to have this, okay, is to have full control. And we're talking about you having your own place, you having having a control center in your business. That is controlling your income flows, controlling your metaphorical rocks, right? How many you can have and how many you can attach, okay, without being controlled by the outside force. Again, this is something we can talk about a little bit later. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes, so far? Keeping it simple, man. Okay. Keeping it simple. When it comes to marketing, now that that I know all this stuff here and I'm kind of clear, okay, here's what I'm going to do when it comes to marketing. Okay, I'm going to do. This is strategy number 4. When it comes to traffic generation, a lot of people are like, right, what do we do with traffic and all that stuff? And I've been teaching traffic for over a decade now. Here's what I can tell you. Okay, when it comes to traffic. Okay, focus on smart traffic. Okay, smart traffic. What that means is this. Make sense, Phyllis? Okay, great. Dalton says, okay, love it. Okay, good. Glad you guys are following this. Okay. When I don't want to repeat a lot of the stuff that we have covered, I'm going to have all of these components kind of. I'll go, like I said, I'll go in a great detail on an in-depth on affiliate marketing when we put out that course. I'm gonna cover all that. Here's what I mean by smart traffic. When you, okay, always remember this. If this is your target right here, this is your goal, okay? Everything you do, today, tomorrow, next day, whatever, the following day, all that stuff, everything you do, for me, it needs to be a stepping stone. Another way to put it is like this. If this is my thing right here, if I laid the first rock or the first, I put a first stone in here, right? I laid the first, put the first, or whatever I do today. What I do tomorrow should never replace what I did today. Like what I do tomorrow should be laying on top of that, okay? Because I'm going here. So if I want to go and reach my star, so the thing, this is just this timeline just kind of flipped upside, right? And so what I do every single day, it needs to be a building block that would continue to build based on what I've done yesterday, okay, and 30 days ago, and so on and so forth. When it comes to traffic, there is a way to do this, okay? And here's what I want to focus. Again, this is I'm talking about smart marketing here. Most marketers don't do this. Most marketers wake up in the morning and they're like, all right, how do I get traffic, man? Right? How do I get traffic? Again, I teach traffic generation. As a matter of fact, we'll have Internet Traffic Mastery becoming publicly available. If you guys want to learn all that stuff, check it out. That's fine later. Here's what I mean by smart traffic. I want to, okay? When I do my campaign, when I do traffic, here's 3 things you need to keep in mind. Number 1 is you gotta get fast traffic. Okay? Fast traffic. Now, some of the fast traffic resources I can tell you guys. I'll go back to my traffic right here. I'll go back to my mass traffic blueprint, okay? And I'm gonna take a look at level 1 traffic. This is my fast traffic, okay? We're talking influencer media, okay? Influencer media, 24-hour traffic media, social media, but not social pay-per-click like we talked, display media, and pay-per-click, okay? So pay-per-click could be like, for example, Google is a great way for us to get fast traffic from Google pretty inexpensively right now, okay? If you control your own landing page. You can do that, right? Facebook is getting difficult. Google is pretty much open playground right now for people on Google. You have hardly any competition on Google, okay? Bing is another good one. Second tier pay-per-click networks is a good way to generate some very, very inexpensive traffic fast, okay? One of my favorite, you guys, right now is you go to influencers, okay? You can literally go to an influencer, give them the creative, just make sure that you control what people see, okay? Or you know what people are responding to, like we talked about last time. So when you go to an influencer, it's fast traffic, it's pretty inexpensive, it's underpriced right now, tremendously underpriced, okay? And it's gonna get you fast traffic. What I wanna do though is I wanna immediately, see most people when they'll just focus on fast traffic and every single day they'll be like investing money in fast traffic. Well, if you have been following anything that I'm teaching, I'm talking always, always, always retarget. That goes without saying, okay? So any traffic sources that I'm implementing, every single click I'm gonna get will go to my retargeting pool because I never ever wanna waste a visitor, okay? Again, I'm not gonna repeat myself. You can watch previous episodes or the stuff that I teach in Internet Traffic Mastery in detail, okay? Now, what I wanna do though is I wanna do what most people are not willing to do, which is this. As I'm getting this fast traffic and I'm retargeting it, right? We're talking about smart traffic. I also want to create and open some flows for residual traffic, okay? Some recurring traffic. So we can just go ahead and call it residual traffic, okay? Traffic, okay? What is residual traffic? Residual traffic is a traffic that I'm going to start a campaign on that will produce traffic for me for a period of time, okay, without me doing the work. See, what I want to do is, again, what I've done today, if this is my traffic, goal right here, okay, whatever that star is for you for traffic. So if this is my fast traffic source, let's say this is influencer media, okay, maybe I'll put a brick for influencer media, but you know what, this is, this might be good for like a day or 2 days, okay? This is not necessarily a long-term strategy. So I have to grind for it. Like tomorrow, see, if I run an influencer campaign, right, and I paid the money, to an influencer to run a campaign for me, that's fine. That campaign is going to expire and, it's going to be over with in about 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever the case might be, okay? And that's it, okay? So I'm going to have to restart something again, okay? I can go to pay-per-click, right? That would be more of a thing, but I have to pay for it every single day. And I'm okay with it. I'm going to pay for it. That's fine, right? But how can I get maximum returns for the least amount of money or effort, okay? I'm going to continue to do fast traffic on a daily basis because some of these things will have to get replenished all the time. But on top of that, I want to go to residual. And for example, one example of residual traffic might be display media. Okay, display media is a residual traffic source. Okay, residual traffic source, because I can have, a text ad, I can have an image ad out there on the internet. If done right, it will produce me residual traffic. I paid for it once, okay, and it will be there for the next 30 days. Okay, so this block can be there for the next 30 days. Okay, another residual traffic might be maybe I create a video. Maybe if you guys, a lot of people are using YouTube, okay, for traffic generation. That might be a great idea. Another idea for residual traffic might be to sponsor a podcast, right? So we talk a great deal about that in Internet Traffic Mastery. Okay, think about smart traffic. Always think about smart traffic. Okay, most of your competition, they're just thinking linear. They're just shallow thinking. Okay, I want to think smart traffic. Okay, another, of course, that goes without saying, your smart traffic and residual traffic, a really, really good one will be your retargeting. Okay, so you retarget everything. That's another area. So identify your smart traffic blocks, okay, in your build out of your campaigns that will get you residual traffic. I paid for it once. I created the campaign. Great, it's good to go. I can sponsor a video on YouTube. Okay, so you've got all these YouTubers out there. They're desperate for monetization. Somebody to sponsor them and stuff like that. So I can go there, and again, I teach all that in the mastery course. But I can go there and I can connect with a YouTube influencer, right? And I can sponsor a video. And if that person is getting consistently getting new views and getting a lot of activity on their videos, hey, my ad is going to be there. When I sponsor a podcast, for example, right? It's a recorded piece of content. It's going to live there, and new people will constantly see that, right? So think about residual traffic blocks that you can incorporate, okay, in your marketing. That's smart marketing. Does that make sense, everybody? I have been searching out them website, man. Okay, retargeting and display media, man. It's never waste traffic. Yeah. Okay, you gotta stack those bricks. Yes. Okay. Throw some ideas. If you think of something else, they just kind of work together here. Okay. Another thing, I'll give you guys the fifth one here. Okay. In smart marketing category will be this. Okay, I want to create marketing assets. Okay, create marketing assets. What does that mean? A marketing asset, okay, it could be, give you an example. This might not be for somebody who's brand new, although it could be. A marketing asset could be you getting and you're getting interviewed on somebody's podcast or blog or stuff like that, right? Maybe writing up a blog article, right? And then you ghostwrite an article for some bloggers. There are so many bloggers, you guys, in different industries. You can apply this to pretty much anything out there. If you have more time than money, okay, you can be creative with it. Okay, so you can barter with some people, right? You can if you're good in writing, if you can create some content on the stuff that you know about, or you can source some knowledge and then you become the middleman, right? And you blog about it. So you can create these create marketing assets for yourself. It can be a blog post on somebody else's blog. You're thinking about leverage. Okay, they already have an audience. How can you leverage? How can you collaborate with them? Another idea for marketing asset could be a YouTube video. Okay, so if you have a YouTube video that you want to continue to generate you traffic, right? It's also a great idea, and it's free. Okay, so it's going to require a little bit of money, but it's going to require strategy behind it. Okay, here's what when I'm doing videos. Okay, there's three things I'm looking for in a video. Okay, number one is I want to, because again, remember when you watch a video, it's not I want to break through the clutter. And the way that you break through the clutter is being strategic, okay? In video, if you're going to do videos, there's three things I would recommend you do. Number one is inspiration, okay? Number two, content. Number three, call to action, okay? Simple. Remember that, okay? When you do a video, I want to have in every video, I want to have these three components there, okay? Inspiration basically means this. When I communicate through video, okay, I want my viewers to get a sense of, to get inspired. Like, not necessarily like motivated in a sense of like, you know, rah-rah kind of motivation, but a sense of, like, I want to keep it simple, right? Just like I want to simplify everything, my numbers and everything I do in my business for myself, okay? When you want to become that true 4%er in your field, in your marketing, I'll tell you the easiest way to do that is know your stuff and then simplify it so that other people can, when they listen to you, they'd be like, hey, this is actually, I can do that, right? So if I talk about a particular thing in a video, a particular topic, okay, I want people to feel a sense of, have a sense of a positive expectancy, right? Hey, you know what that guy is talking about, I can do it, right? And it's not bluff, it's not just fluff, it's actual real thing, and it takes a skill. That's why, you guys, like, most people are not able to do this kind of stuff because they never take the time to really grow themselves to raise above the noise. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you. You guys are, you know, keep coming here to the4percent.com. Keep watching these videos, keep learning, keep going through those courses. I don't care if you buy anything or not. I'm telling you, you're going to become a top marketer in your field, okay? Because through the repetition of ideas, through the repetition of things, and then one day you're going to wake up and you'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a video, and I feel confident enough to do a video. And then you're going to put up that video, okay? Inspiration content. Somebody can take an actionable content, something that you know, something that is not just theory, right? You know, make yourself stand out, and then call to action. Call to action can be, hey, go to the link. Call to action can be, even if it's a free value video, call to action might be, leave me a comment, something, right? And so that's a little deviation from that. Does that make sense? Okay. Make sure that we're good here. Somebody's saying it's a slow feed. I'm not sure what that means. Are we getting stuck? Or we? Okay. So what else can be my marketing asset? Okay, a marketing asset should be, okay, your arsenal of goodies, and that should be a place like if you guys are, man, all of you guys are following me, you know, you're a 4%er, or you're going to be a 4%er. Watch what we do, okay, like the things that we're doing, especially if you have an account with 4%. When you just model, see, when you watch a big company or somebody who is like doing things that most people are like, oh my goodness, it's not for me, it's for them. Okay, just realize, Steve Jobs said this when he was alive. He says, look, everything you see around you was made by a man, right? Like everything that we see was created by a man in this material world, right? Somebody made this, somebody had an idea, everything comes from an idea. So we can create things, right? And so when we watch somebody who's super successful, it's easy for most people to be like, well, they could do it, I cannot do it. And immediately they just copped out, right? Immediately there's a way out for them, okay? Why? I mean, we're all the same. You know what I mean? You have the same opportunities, the same possibilities, the same potential as any of us. You know, I have the same potential as any of you watching this. Anybody. Okay? And so when I think about that, okay, you want to, what I want to do here is I want to create marketing assets. Marketing asset could be, okay, it should be your place of residence on the internet. You should have a home on the internet, okay? What I'm building, 4%, okay, what I'm building here is going to be a hub. All of the trainings that I'm doing, okay, all of the content, everything that I'm working on, all my work will live, guess where? 4%.com. One place, okay? Now, if you guys are following, if you're watching this, you don't have to have a huge mega hub, but you need to have an address on the internet where your people, okay, because you got a list over here, okay? We talked about it in the last. If you guys didn't watch those last episodes, check them out because we talked about some really cool stuff. If I have a list, by the way, that is my asset as well. That's my business asset. So now I need to have a marketing asset that I can communicate with that list. Okay? When I talk about internet traffic mastery, you know, we talk about there is internal There is external traffic and there is internal traffic. Okay, we use external marketing methods and tactics to get traffic externally, to take them into and build our internal traffic source, which is our list, which is something that we can control. Okay, very simple. It's not a complicated idea. Everybody can model it. Now, when I have that captive audience, if you will, okay, and I understand these things here, I understand that. I'm doing all these things, okay, everything that we talk about here, right? So what I want to do is I want to raise above the noise. And the way that I'm going to raise above the noise is I need to have good things that I can build, the work that I'm doing today. Okay, what I'm going to do tomorrow is just going to be a stepping stone. It's going to be another brick in my wall that I'm building, you know what I mean, in my house. You know, there's a good story on you know, somebody was walking, you know, and they see these two people, you know, building something, like laying bricks. All right, and it's hot, and this, you know, pastor is like, hey, what are you guys doing? One guy is like, oh my goodness, this is hot, dude. I'm just laying these bricks. I'm sweating here. This is crazy. You know, he asks another guy, hey, what are you doing? He's like, dude, I'm building a cathedral. Right? He's inspired, so he's got a vision. So whatever you do, whatever your vision is, everything you do should be like, if you have this plan, okay. It's not work. It's fun. It's excitement. It's inspiration. It's like, hey, I'm building towards my vision. This is my future. That's what I want to do. That's, you know, there is a purpose behind your work. If there is no purpose behind your work, you know, it kind of, you know, it doesn't feel good. Okay, but if there is a purpose, if there is something that drives you, you know, when you wake up in the morning, because you're building towards something, and that something can be this right here, because as you're working, anyways. Okay, you'll have a place to store your stuff, your assets. This is your asset place. And then what you can do is you can tap into this asset and you can say, hey, you guys, come over here and check this out. Okay, hey, come over here and check this out. Hey, come over here and check this out. See what I'm saying? You guys get me? This is not, okay, this is not a hard thing to do. Okay? Let's see. Let me check the comments here. Let me know if you guys are still here, if we are live and clear. Oh my goodness, 229 shares. I appreciate the shares, you guys. On 4%.com, great. Okay. So, have a clear target, simplify your numbers, okay? Let this be something that you might do tonight. Okay, get a pen, get a paper, and be like, all right, how do I want to live? You know, what is it going to cost me? What's the price going to be per month? Identify that price. Take a look at what you're doing. Okay, if you don't have anything that you promote, hey, figure out something that you can promote. Okay, and again, through the 4%, through these shows, we're talking about how do you pick a product and all that. Okay, but you got to have a vehicle that's going to get you there. Simplify your numbers. Create your marketing plan so that everything you do daily, okay, is laying these bricks, okay, so you don't have to repeat the work over again and grind all the time, okay? Smart traffic, and then I'm going to add a third one here for smart traffic, okay? I'm gonna go from fast traffic to residual traffic to leverage traffic, okay? And leveraged, we can add a D in there, leveraged traffic is something where I can go, and but I gotta have these first two to work for me, right? Once I identify my stuff, and again, all this stuff I teach inside Internet Traffic Mastery. A lot of you guys have it. Don't take this stuff for granted though, because it's really, really, like, if you really wanna go crazy and go big, right? Once you have this and this, when it comes to traffic, leveraged traffic could be, okay, I'm gonna go look at my blueprint here. Everything I do revolves around this blueprint. Okay, you guys? So I'm gonna go to CPA traffic media here, okay? But it's not for beginners. Beginners will not do that. That's leveraged traffic, and now I'm going from, like, you know, 50 miles an hour to going 500 miles an hour, okay? Because what you can do is when you implement things like, for example, CPA media, you go to CPA networks, okay? You don't even have to pay for traffic anymore. While you still have these things working for you, okay? You tap this, let's say CPA media, where you only pay for action, okay? But you gotta have your marketing, your funnel in place, obviously, and you have to have it tested. okay? And then you decide how many leads do you want? How many people do you want on your list? Okay, that's a different conversation for a different topic, but in that case, I want to have double opt-in leads, okay? Double opt-in, my DOs, okay? And I'm going to pay for a lead. And again, you need to know your metrics and all that stuff. But when I get to this point, again, I'm playing with leverage traffic here. I don't even care how many visitors. This is where you can go from, generating 1,000 or 2,000 visitors a day doing these two to generating 50,000 visitors a day with this, but you don't pay for those 50,000 visitors a day. You only pay for your action, which is like an opt-in. In most cases, it will be an opt-in, easiest thing to do. A double opt-in, okay, so that it's a verified opt-in. And when you go there, you know your numbers, dude, it's really, really easy to fill up your bucket, like we talked about. And as you're doing that, see, on top of that, your marketing assets, there is a perspective that you acquire. There is a, hey, I've done this, it didn't work, depending on your market, right? If you are in health and fitness, for example, hey, I tried that didn't work, or that worked. And now you have a place to where you can document your journey. The easiest way, okay, to create your assets, your marketing assets that can live, okay, is just document your journey. That's what I do, okay. You be somebody that's like going for a particular result, and then in whatever industry you're in, okay, that star or that dream that people have in your similar industry will probably be similar. Okay, maybe this number would be different. Somebody wants 90,000 a month. Somebody is cool with 20,000 a month. Somebody who needs 2 million a month. Okay, whatever that number, it's a variable. But at the end of the day, getting there, okay, if you are somebody who is thriving to be that 4%er every day, right, and you just document your journey, naturally you will build enough assets to where you'll have plenty to leverage with your people, and therefore, separating yourself above the noise, above, head and shoulders above everybody else. Okay? You guys, look, I appreciate you. Here's what we're going to do. So what we are going to do over the next couple of days, again, if you're watching this live or replay, this might not be relevant as far as time-wise for you because you will already see this happening, but you guys are here live with us. Today is what, 30th, right? Over the next couple of days, you guys will see some cool stuff happening on 4%.com. You'll be able to enroll in some of the more in-depth trainings. We have a lot of them for free. Most of our programs will be free. You'll be able to create yourself an account to the 4% mini hub. Currently, we're working on a completely redesigned platform that is absolutely gonna, it's a really, really cool thing, man. Yeah, great things are coming together. You guys, I wanna encourage you, okay? Build your empire. Whatever you're doing, okay, whatever it is you're doing, have a strategy, have it clear, focus on building your empire. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the 4% Entrepreneur Show. Remember, strive to be a 4%er because it's good. Appreciate you guys. See ya.